Hi, this is Rahim Zulfikar Ali from Excel Basement. In this video, we will learn that how to split email addresses from a list. And in this video, you will learn three different methods. So the first one is by a formula. The second is how to do the same scenario with flash fill. And the third one is with using the Power Query. So let's get started. I have already solved this situation with the help of a formula. So I will not go in much detail by the formula solution, but primarily my focus is to give you a simple, easy and smart solution with the help of flash fill and Power Query, which is available in Excel. So let me explain you the data first. We have one column on the left side which contains email addresses with names. And if you can see here, the names like Salim Kanchwala and then space and then the email address of that person. Then again we have Zohaib Javed and his email address. Then we have Rahim Zulfikar Ali and space and another email address. Now from the fourth record, the email address is being changing by a pattern. You can see that the email address has been enclosed in less than and greater than sign. And in the above example, there is no less than and greater than sign, but now you can see there is a difference because each of the record contains names and emails, but some contains email enclosed with the less than and a greater than sign, and some of them does not contain that. So if we need to extract email addresses from this kind of a list where we have a name of a person like first name and middle name and last name, and some persons have only the first name and last name, so it becomes very complicated. And let me show you the formula here. So you can see the solution. I have used the trim, right, substitute, left, find function and again with a combination of these similar functions to get my desired outcome. So if an Excel user comes with this approach, they can solve this kind of a query, but the user needs to think of this particular formula, and it's a bit time consuming and it takes a longer duration, and sometimes user needs to go to Google or any other resource to find that solution, because we exactly don't remember very exactly that how to solve Excel problem until unless we are very used to it, right? And again, if I show you the solution of those email addresses which are with the less than and greater than sign, so in this particular solution you can see that I have used the mid find function, again with a logic that the find function is identifying the less than and greater than position, and then from that particular position the mid function is trying to fetch the email address. So these things becomes very complicated and time consuming when the user apply formula. It's not a wrong approach, it's absolutely right approach, but now as a modern Excel user we have different available features in Excel, so might be which takes less time and very efficient in providing you the similar kind of results which you are trying to fetch from the complex formulas, right? So let's do the same thing with the help of flash fill. So here we have again the same data, the name of a person's and email addresses. So let's type the first email address manually, that is salim.kanchwala@gmail.com, and I will press enter key. Now I will select this email which I have just typed, and selecting these blank cells or this range where I need to extract the other email addresses, I will go to the data tab, and here you can see a flash fill option available here. Okay, so I will click on flash fill. Now as soon as I click on flash fill, the first email already being extracted, the second email address of zohaib.javed@yahoo.com, exactly the correct thing. But now you can see that Hamad Beg email address with a Beg last name is coming again. It's not correct, giving the correct results, right? So what I can do is I have already applied the flash fill. I will go to the fourth option or the fourth record, and here, or you can say you can go to third record, and I will correct this record manually. For example, Rahim dot Zulfikar Ali gmail.com. And now see that as soon as I press the enter key, now all the records are coming correctly. I just need to correct one more record, ammar.beg. Now what at gmail.com, and as soon as I press the enter key, now you can see that Flashfill with their intelligence giving me exactly the correct, all the email addresses are extracting very correctly from this list, right? And as you can see here, what we have tried to do with the help of formulas will take a lot of time to think and to implement, whereas the Flashfill with 1 or 2 corrections gives entire column correct email addresses with very less time and with accuracy, right? So the Flashfill is available, and also let's suppose you need to extract the names of all those persons. So some of the names contains 2 words, some of the names contain 3 words. So if I write the first name, which is Salim Kanchwala, and I will select the entire column and I will click on Flashfill. Now you can see that all the names are coming, but some of the names are not coming properly. For example, the third name is Rahim Zulfikar Ali, which has 3 words. So if I correct this manually, Rahim Zulfikar Ali, and as soon as I press the enter key, now you can see that Hamad Ahmad Beg is now coming correctly, and all the other names are coming correctly. Now you can imagine that if you want to do this kind of a thing with the help of a formula, you need to make a very complex combination of mid, find, left, or any other combination of formulas, which takes a lot of time. But with the help of Flashfill, it's very easy to extract those information which is required by the user. So now after the Flashfill, we can also use the Power Query. Now for the Power Query, I have selected this column and I have already made this column as a table format. Okay, now I will go to the data tab and I will click on from table or range, which will open a new window for the Power Query, and we will do all the transformations there. Okay, so this is the Power Query editor, and what we are trying to do is we need to extract the email addresses, and we also want to extract the names, right? So what I will do is I will select this column, right click, and in this contextual menu I will go to split column by delimiter, and the delimiter is basically a space, and I will select rightmost delimiter. So the space which is available on the very right side of each of the record will get splitted by this logic. So all the email addresses have been separated, all the names are already there. So I will rename this column as names, and I will rename this columns as emails. Now what I need to do is I need to bring the same pattern for all the email addresses. So I want to just remove the less than and greater than sign. So what I can do is I will go to transform and I will say replace values. So value to find less than, value width will remain blank. Okay, and again replace values, greater than sign, replace with will remain the blank. That's it. And after the transformation, all the transformation, you have to go to home tab and click on close and load. The best part of Power Query is that it is being automated. So next time whenever your data contains a new record, you just need to click refresh. So now you can see that in just few seconds we were able to extract the names and the email addresses very correctly. So you can imagine that if you are using a formula, it takes a lot of time in corrections and implementation, whereas Power Query gives the output in very less time. And for example, if I add one new record, for example Excel basement, and I will write email which is excelbasement@gmail.com. Okay, so this record is being added in this table, and I will go to my output sheet, and in the data tab I will just click refresh. So as soon as I click refresh, you can see that the data has been appended and the new record has been transformed and cleaned and according to the user result. So this is how I suggest that instead of going for very complex formulas, which is also correct, but you can do the same thing with Flashfill, or you can do the same thing with Power Query to make your data transform, automated, and in very less time. So I hope you like this video. Please do share it. Thank you.